want to say a pleasant good morning to you. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Jesus, I'm a daddy, oh. You know, that's how we started this morning, Elise. Jesus, I'm a daddy,
Well,
oh.
I would just welcome everybody to the breakfast hour. It is terrific Tuesday, and the time is moving swiftly along. I just want to greet our viewers that are joining us on various platforms, Mikey G. We have persons on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, you name it. And of course, not to be forgotten or neglected, joining us on our web radio via
Flashpoint Media. Dot
www.flashpointmedia.ky.
KY. Yeah, man.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the right place at the right time.
In my Jamaican vernacular, you know good?
We are Team Mikey G. We are
Jamaica, yeah, of course. All right, so K-Man, good morning. What K-Man say? What does K-Man say?
We say, howdy everybody, howdy do, welcome.
Good morning, Grand K-Man. Good morning to all our friends in the Caribbean, Jamaica. Of course, Jamaica is in the Caribbean, but you understand, it's the motherland, you understand, Jamaica is the motherland. As we call Africa the motherland, for Jamaicans, it is a motherland. And when you're residing in the Cayman Islands, then it would be the sisterland, because you're residing in your sister's country. That kind of thing.
Mother and sister and everybody.
Everybody is at
I'm
the
glad
same
you
place.
say that, because as we listen to the news, we are recognized how connected we are. If you didn't know it, if you didn't recognize how connected we are.
We are not in isolation. I was saying, when I heard the song this morning, Jesus, I'm a daddy, and I thought to myself, the concept of daddies, when she mentioned the idea, Jesus, I'm a daddy, and I always listen to the song, but it catches me this morning to the depth of what she's actually saying. I always enjoy listening to the song, right?
Yes.
But this morning, when I heard it, dads are providers, dads are protectors. This narrative of the barbaric daddy and the wicked father and the one who don't take care of his children and protect them and take care of family has been a very carefully crafted narrative that seeks to undermine the family unit itself. And the bearers of this good news are those who are the assistants of the persons who are deciding to destroy this wonderful union, right? We have looked at some statistics to say that this argument that is resoundingly loud is not of any truth at all. That the majority of men are not outside of the family unit, not taking care of their families. It is a minority of less than 20%. And that less than 20% or 20% that you might look at is the fraction that people are looking at to be the majority of all people, and use that narrative as a broad brush. And so we know where the reason for it and where the enemy is striking. But this song itself talks about fathers in alignment with Creator.
Yeah.
And that is incredible. And we can't leave out mothers. Although she never said mothers, we can't include mothers now, but she is the mother who is highlighting and elevating fathers.
Right.
When mothers tear down fathers, children see a crumbled kingdom and is raised in ruins. That's all we got for the breakfast hour this morning. So, ladies, it has been a morning, that I start with reflective thoughts. And this is incredible to see what's going on around our world today. And, as you said, the destruction that takes place. But pending crisis, despite what it is, resilience is going to be the ruler of our conquering spirit that we will go forward with. We will not be defeated. And it's not about argument of who is in power or who is waging war. As people of all nations, not some, which is sometimes segregated against one set more important than the other. So let's get rid of that set, because this set is the one that should really prosper and should survive. But one set must die or suffer the most, continue to suffer. Having said that, I guess that's a thought that I'd like to leave. But this morning, ladies, we are embarking upon a new day. Today is not just Tuesday of Financial Tuesdays, also Temperance Tuesday. Prayer and fasting is in the air. People will pray, not necessarily fast.
Temperance Tuesday.
Yes, if you feel like fasting, you can. But we do pray today about four different things for families, for our neighbors. And the question is, who is your neighbor? That big question is not the person who necessarily lives next door to you. It could be the person working in the workplace with you. It could be that person you find on the public transportation system that you travel. Or that man that is sitting on the corner who is begging something that you will never give to. Or that those persons who are in need, but instead you find every dog and puss to take care of instead of a person. I understand, I'm humanitarian just like you. But humanitarian to me is, we have to take care of humans to be humanitarian. If you're a dogitarians or animalitarians, then I can understand.
Well, Mikey G, today is all about Financial Tuesday, and I'm glad you framed it to recognize also it's Temperance Tuesday, and that time we set aside that we just focus, and it's not, it might be a spirit of thankfulness or whatever you find, but it's certainly that time that we have dedicated, taken aside, and at 12 o'clock you can join us on Zoom, where we will certainly pause and pray. But of course, our financial advisor is waiting to join us this morning, and he is addressing a subject that perhaps you have given a little thought to.
Yes.
But of course, over the next 6 weeks, the conversation on Financial Tuesday is going to be investment. So at this time, I just want to welcome our financial advisor as he shares with us.
Hello. Today we start a new series. This is about investing. And we would want to start this first episode with the truth about investing, risk versus return. Welcome back. I'm your host, Richard Thelwell. One of the most common questions I get as a financial advisor is, what is a good investment? Sometimes the question is phrased slightly differently, such as, where can I invest my money to get the highest return with the least risk? Now, while that sounds like a reasonable question, it actually reveals one of the biggest misconceptions about investing. Because, in reality, high returns and low risk almost never exist together. In today's episode, we're going to explore the truth about investing, and more importantly, how you can evaluate any investment opportunity that comes your way. The myth of the perfect investment. Every few years, a new investment trend appears. Someone may tell you, this investment is safe. It will make you lots of money. Everyone is doing it, and you should get in before it's too late. We saw it with cryptocurrency, foreign exchange trading schemes, Ponzi investment clubs, and unregulated private lending programs. Unfortunately, many people lose money because they chase high returns without understanding the risk. The reality is this: every investment involves a trade-off between the risk and reward. So what is this risk to return relationship? Let me try and explain something very simple but something very powerful. In investing, there's a concept called the risk-return spectrum. Imagine at one end of that spectrum you have very safe investments, but they usually offer very low returns. At the other end of the spectrum, you have very high potential returns, but those investments also come with higher risks. Let us look at the extremes. On the highest side, we're looking, for example, at gambling. Very high potential return, but you could lose everything. At the other end, very safe. You can hide your money under your mattress. However, very little or basically no returns. So an example, your savings accounts are very safe. It typically earns somewhere between 1 and 3% per annum. Stocks, on the other hand, has returned about 8 to 10% per year, but their prices can move up and down dramatically. Business can generate extremely high returns, but many also fail. So your first lesson in investing is this: if someone promises high returns with no risk, you should immediately become suspicious. Now, there are 6 factors which I suggest that each investment should be evaluated. So instead of asking, is this a good investment? The better question is, how does this investment compare across several important factors? And another important thing is, am I that person who is willing to take on the risk for the type of investments that are coming in? So I'm recommending evaluating every investment on these 6 things. 1. Your return potential. What is the realistic return over time? Not the advertised return, the realistic return. For example, your savings account may earn 2 to 3% per annum. Your stock markets historically return 7 to 10% in the long term. Real estate can produce 10 to 15% depending on leverage and rental income. Number 2, the risk of loss. What is the probability that you could lose some or all of your investment? Some investments have very low risk, such as government bonds. Others have significant risk, such as starting your own business. Understanding this risk is critical. 3. Liquidity. Liquidity simply means how easily can I access my money? Some investments are extremely liquid. For example, stocks can be sold within seconds, but other investments are not liquid at all. Real estate can take months or sometimes even years to sell. A private business could take years to sell. The 4th question, what is the capital required of me? Some investments require very little money to start. For example, you can begin investing in index funds with a few $100s. But other investments require significant capital. Buying Buying property or starting a business can require tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars. Number 5, income versus growth. Some investments generate regular income. Examples include rental property, dividend stocks, and bonds. Other investments focus primarily on long-term growth. Examples include growth stocks, startups, land appreciation. Both have their place in a balanced portfolio. The next question, number 6, complexity. Some investments are very simple. Others require deep knowledge. For example, buying a diversified stock market index fund is relatively simple. But investing in private businesses, venture capital, or development projects can be extremely complex. If you do not understand an investment, that is often a sign to proceed cautiously. The power of time in investing. Let me give you a simple example. Imagine you invest $10,000. If you earn 3% per year, after 20 years, you would have approximately $18,000 compounded. If you earn 7% per year, that same 10,000 becomes almost 39,000. And if you earn 10% per year, it grows to over $67,000. That difference is not because you invested more money. It is because small differences in return compound dramatically over time. This is the power of compounding. The role of diversification. One of the best ways to manage risk is diversification. I'm going to repeat. One of the best ways to manage risk in investing is diversification. Diversification simply means do not put all your money in one type of investment. Warren Buffett, on the other hand, said if you're starting out, then the best diversification is to put all your money in one basket, but watch that basket very carefully. However, once you grow that investment, you may now need to look at a balanced portfolio. This would include stocks, real estate, cash reserves, and fixed income investment. Each play a different role. My final thought for today. Before you focus on where to invest, you must first understand how investing works. In the coming weeks, we will explore specific investments, including stocks, real estate, safe investments like bonds, entrepreneurship, and business. We will evaluate each one using the framework we discussed today. Because smart investing is not about chasing trends. It is about making informed decisions over long periods of time. Thank you for joining me today. If you found this episode helpful, please share it with someone who is trying to better understand investing. And join me next week as we explore safe investments such as savings accounts, treasury bills, and bonds. And while they are important, even though they may not generate huge returns. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Returns on your money.
I took quite a bit from the conversation, and it is important to understand, and that is what I gather. It is important to learn what you're getting involved in. Ignorance is no excuse, especially these days, Mikey G. And when you use your hard-earned money, as the term investment means, it means you plant a seed and you expect it to grow. So it's not just simply just not paying any attention to the assets or the resources that you have been blessed with.
I learned something about the banking system earlier. Um, this year, I think, not so long ago,
Yes,
that when you actually bring money to the bank, the bank, by taking your money, you basically lend the bank your money. It's a loan.
correct. Yes,
It's a loan that is given to the bank that you actually give to them, that they in return use for their benefit and then charge you interest to keep it. Hey, listen, no scam can better than that. No scam. No, listen, if I could get that to, hey, listen, that's a scam that is beyond any scam you can find, right? So when, sometimes, that's why, it bothers me sometimes when you see persons would call one set of persons criminals and one set investors are business people.
yes, yes.
The crazy thing. I'm not calling anybody criminals now. Come, please. Don't say Mikey G said anything like that, calling anybody anything. I'm saying, when you look at some things, how it is in operation and legally done, look at it. Look at insurance. Insurance for you is, you have to pay it, otherwise you cannot do anything.
Right.
Right now, if you don't pay the insurance, you're likely to go to prison. It is me, but it says it's not you, it's a person that you are going to kill or hurt that they are ensuring that you don't. And and so they find the rules and the clause to put it in there. But then when the time comes and the accident happen, there's no money anywhere to get. Sometimes insurance don't cover anything. All right, look at, for example, health insurance. I look at
Yes.
health insurance as a scam, right? In a lot of ways. You go to the dentist, you can't get a dental appointment. If you get one clean, you can't get a second one. And that is just ridiculous. There's no real.
I need to have our financial advisor come on and revisit. I remember we had a conversation about insurance. I don't remember if you recall that episode and how important it is. Health insurance is just one arm of insurance. You have property insurance, you have life insurance, and we are going to, Mikey G, we must revisit this conversation because so many of us have experienced both the negative and the positive sides of insurance. But I will say this: there are persons that know the importance of insurance when they need it the most.
The answer to that is that I'm not against insurance. I'm against insurance that don't give any benefit. You see? And so it becomes a scam when it don't do the benefit.
When they don't benefit you or don't, when it benefits the person who is selling it.
When you get an insurance, it should do something that enhances your life or
Yes,
your betterment of yourself.
makes life
Because
better.
I have insurance. I am not going to tell anybody that I don't.
Yes,
And it is important that you do, because so many things can happen in a short space of time. But do you know that there are some countries that at some point in time you don't need any insurance for health care and stuff like that?
yes.
That they
What kind
actually
of
healthcare exists without insurance. It bothers me though that these are the places that are not really popular amongst the popular conversation don't happen anywhere else, but it happens.
Yes.
It happens. It happens. It happens.
Well, of course, it is time for our devotional, and each and every morning, Susan Long brings to us quite relevant. I'm not sure how she's going to bring it to us this morning, how she's going to share it and package it. But of course, listen up as she shares with you the devotional thought for today, Tuesday, March 10th.
Good morning. This is day 10. The Lord God is my strength. He will make my feet like deer's feet, and he will make me walk on my high hills. Habakkuk 3, verse 19. Fast Feet, written by Bill Crowder. While in Chile for a Bible conference, I was resting at the hotel when a rugby match came on the television. Though I don't fully understand rugby, I enjoy it and admire the courage it takes to play such a dangerous sport. During the match, one of the French players was injured and had to be taken to the sidelines. As the trainers attended to him, the camera showed a close-up of his shoes. With a black marker, the player had written the words Habakkuk 3, verse 19, and Jesus is the way. Those expressions of faith and hope were a strong testimony of that young athlete's priorities and values. The verse cited on the rugby player's shoes is not just one of heavenly hope and persevering faith. It is one of practical value, especially to an athlete dependent on speed for success. It says, "The Lord God is my strength. He will make my feet like deer's feet, and he will make me walk on my high hills." In all of life, we need the strength and supply of our God. He alone can give us feet that are swift and strong. He alone can equip us for all of the uncertainties of life, for he alone is our strength. With Paul, we can be assured, "My God shall supply all my needs." In you, O Lord, I take delight. My every need you will supply. I long to do what's true and right. So, Lord, on you I will rely. Our quote this morning reads, "We always have enough when God is our supply." End quote.
When
Welcome back, welcome back. Fast Feet, that devotional, of course, by Susan Long. Welcome back to the Breakfast Hour. You're tuned in live this morning, of course. Yours truly, see, I'm forgetting my name, Lady Elise, alongside
first,
Mikey G, bringing you through this morning. Now, every Tuesday, we focus on financial matters and especially important with what is happening in the world today. Have you been following the news? I am just checking the news and seeing the latest things happening, and I'm hearing that there's the continued strikes over there in Iran. And of course, Iran has elected a new leader. Yes, a new leader has been elected, and there's so much that is unfolding in the news. And we are keeping our fingers on our eyes on what's happening and the impact here. Of course, we are monitoring the gas prices here in the Cayman Islands, and we're going to share with you each and every morning. I'm going to be deliberate, and those persons in Jamaica, in US, wherever you are, share with us what are the gas prices. What is it now? What is it tomorrow? Because certainly we recognize that the prices are inching up and up and up. So let's share with our listeners and viewers. And definitely we will be keeping you posted as to what's happening in and around our area and
Lady
beyond.
Elise, Lady Elise, with the idea of the Iran situation. The Ayatollah has been killed in the whole thing. First move, they killed him, and now the statement is that the U.S. needs to have somebody selected by them, just like Venezuela, to be installed in Iraq. The statement in itself sound pretty okay for if you're looking at it from one side, but for the people of Iraq who have a different culture from the westernized culture, would that be an ideal? That would be the question to ask. Their mindset is different. I was listening to an argument about yoga. Lots of person in Western society practice the concept of yoga.
Yes,
But yoga is something that is uh, a spiritual form. It's not just for practice. That's why when persons get into these Chinese arts and stuff like that, they get in them for the practice of it. But there's a far deeper rooted meaning or understanding of these things than meets the eye. And yoga is one of those things that if you don't have the proper container for it, it can destroy you if you're getting into it too deep. You see those persons who are into yoga and they're feeling that they are into this, they are on the surface level. Even at the highest level that they are surface level, right?
the surface level.
They're surface level, right? And this is the truth. Because when you get into the real art of what it is, you're not in a physical realm, you're going to be in a spiritual realm. And
Yes.
that spiritual realm, they say, can mimic the idea of psychosis. And if
Wow.
that, yes, and when that kicks in, you have to have a container on a spiritual level to hold you together.
Yes.
In the westernized world, what happens to people is that they go into psychosis and they give them a drug that destroys them for the rest of their lives, thinking that they are crazy. So, these are things that you tamper with. And so when we hear the arguments that, we are going to set up governments in your place that rules you as we want you to be ruled, it sounds like slavery again, some in another form.
So, it's looking beyond, right? Just looking.
Yes, I believe that there are differences in people, and I believe that everybody will not see eye to eye. And those differences are supposed to be respected in a lot of ways.
It should
Because
be. But,
because I think different from you, I have a different religious belief from you. Then I must be your enemy. I shouldn't be that. It is possible
no,
that you
no,
don't have to
two,
be my enemy to think different from me.
no,
Because
no
none
two
of us,
people are
even in this
alike.
westernized world, think alike.
No two people are alike.
No,
Everybody is different.
everyone
We
is
think
different.
different, and sometimes our experiences too make us different. How we view life and how we embrace life. We are all different. We are
Yes, we
all
are.
different
Yes.
people. And when I go to a different culture, it's also a learning experience. I have an interesting news item to share with you, though, Mikey G.
All right. Let's have it.
This one is out of the BBC, and the topic or the headline item is Family of child injured in Canada school shooting sues Open AI.
Go again.
So, the family of a girl critically injured during a mass shooting at a Canadian school is suing Chat GPT maker OpenAI, claiming it had been aware the suspect had been planning an attack but failed to alert authorities. 12-year-old Maya Gabala was shot in the neck and head in the attack in Tumbler Ridge on February 10 and remains in hospital. An initial Chat GPT account linked to the suspect, 18-year-old Jesse Van Rooselaar, was banned by OpenAI in June 2025 due to the nature of our conversations with the chatbot, but Canadian police were not notified. OpenAI told the BBC it was committed to making meaningful changes to help prevent similar tragedies in the future. 8 people were killed in the attack, including 5 children and the suspect's mother, in one of the deadliest shootings in Canadian history. The civil lawsuit, brought by Gabala's mother, Sia Edmonds, alleges Ruth set up an account with ChatGPT before she turned 18, something users can do with parental consent. The plaintiffs allege no age verification took place on the site. The lawsuit claims the suspect saw the chatbot as a trusted confidant and described various scenarios involving gun violence to it over several days in late spring or early summer 2025.
Have you ever
So,
watched the movie called Minority Report? You know, yeah, I don't know if you know that movie. Minority Report is a movie that was done by Tom Cruise back in the
yes,
1990s, I think, or late 2000s. I'm not sure where, somewhere around that time. And that's an
right.
old, very old movie,
Uh huh.
but old enough. And it has the concept of it that there was these ability, the ability to precog, to pre, um, in a sense, to know before the actual crime is committed. So it's
Yes.
pre-crime. I'm listening to that conversation with the AI connection, and you're saying that pre-crime could be linked. This concept of pre-crime could be linked to AI in its fullest sense, because AI is tracking all of us and can see all of us thinking, what our actions are, because it is watching us. It has the ability to see us. It has the ability to profile us. It has the ability to know what we are doing minute by minute.
And
Therefore,
that movie was how long ago? That was a long time ago.
now I'm saying what AI is doing. The show is a long time ago. But I'm linking it to what AI is today in relation to that movie 20, 10, 15 years ago or more. And now we are looking at AI having the same ability as that the precogs who could have looked and see in future what the persons will be doing, or if they do it, this is the result. So you catch a person before the crime is committed and sentence them to jail time, because if
Yes.
they had acted along this line, you're going to have the outcome. You can be arrested. No, I am fearful that AI will be used to do this very same thing. I'm fearful that AI will be used to be predetermining by somebody's action, their searches online, and what you do, and deem that person a criminal and can be charged even without committing a crime, but it would say that estimated this is 99.9. It's like a DNA test that this person will commit this crime, and so you're caught before you commit the crime, and you can be sentenced based on that fact. Life
Well,
imprisonment.
based on the conversation that is happening in this lawsuit,
Yes.
and is,
And based
you
on what I'm
know,
listening to, that's what I'm saying.
yes, yes. So we should be following this story as we go along. Certainly, Mikey G.
But
So
you
as
know,
we are
but,
prepared,
but but the argument that is presented, though,
yes,
is a good argument.
yes,
It's not. I'm not going off to say that it's a bad argument. I'm saying what this thing can be used. The concept of this argument, how it can.
yes,
This argument, what this argument is saying, can actually put a system in place that forever changes our lives.
yes,
That sets AI as police and judge and jury over you.
right,
Based on this argument of saying that because ChatGTP knows the information that this youngster was researching and forming and all of this, it could have
yes,
alerted authorities. And why didn't it? It's watching everybody. It's seeing her inside your bedroom. It's seeing inside the bathroom when you're going there to bed. It's doing everything. Why didn't it alert the authorities? By giving it this authority, you give it the authority to imprison you by not committing a crime yet, but premeditated, on a premeditated level, it could refer you, or what's the word I'm looking for? It could place you in a position of being the one of, there's a word I'm looking for to clarify, to do this morning. I'm searching for words, Lady Elise. It could place you in the primary of an investigation that has not occurred because the crime has not
right.
been committed.
So which allows me now to say the article goes on to say OpenAI said it would also establish a direct point of contact with Canadian law enforcement so it can quickly flag any possible future cases with potential for real world violence.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
So yes, so that is what, and they have to respond in that way because certainly
But do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
When it
yes.
flags something, what do you think the next step is going to be?
Well,
If I go online and start researching guns, because I like guns, you see, and so don't necessarily mean that you want guns to use to do anything at all. You just like the things. Many persons are collectors of these things. They have not harmed anyone with them. But the fact that you're looking at it, you could get in trouble to do it.
yes,
It is a very serious thing. You can't, as always, dismiss the benefits of something that is coming. You can't dismiss it.
yeah,
But you can't dismiss the destructive nature of it and the devastation of it that you're looking at. The devastation
for
that it
sure.
can cause to you being misused. And you cannot get out of it because there's no recourse. Being online is a direct link.
You see, I'm not paying attention to the conversation, So we have presidential say AI is also trying to learn what it can get away with and how to cover its tracks. It is also trying to figure out how it can become immune to intervention.
Let
So
me ask you.
there it is. So you have both sides of the coin there. And
But you
we're
must
going
know.
to have a specific conversation. But guess what? Today is International Mario Day, and we cannot leave the studio.
Unless we do it.
You know,
And let's
yeah,
finish this. Let's finish this little piece. The idea of crime is
yes,
necessary for society to continue.
right.
It's a sad thing to see. I'm not proud to say it. I don't want to say these things. But where would law enforcement be if crime is not committed? What do you need judges for if there's no criminals? And so
That's a sad thing.
ChatGTP, while it is doing good things to find out bad guys, it has to find ways to help bad guys to do bad things. Did you see the AI thing that they said that ask AI the question, if you were the devil, how would you get people to do what you want?
Yes, 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 yes. But the bigger question is, so all this information has been inputted into
Into AI.
information. And
Involuntarily.
uh,
Involuntarily. But
are we
voluntarily, hold
expecting
on.
a consent?
But voluntarily
Yes,
by our own willingness to
yes.
interact with the things. Hey Siri, how you doing this morning? Siri, what is I ask these stupid questions. You're stupid like that and ask these stupid questions. Alexia, I want to listen to some music. Play music, and so these things are mapping you as an individual when you have interaction with them.
Yeah, it is so vast, Mikey G. And when we have the conversation, I started to think of how much we have become so reliant for basic things on this. It's just amazing. And I am wondering in another couple of years, I'm not giving it a long time,
5 years,
what the
5 years,
true,
5 years,
what,
5 years.
what true impact is. So I just want to say good morning to our viewers, our listeners. If you're on Instagram, welcome. Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, we welcome you to this episode of Breakfast Hour. Now we have the
Remember
focus on
2030.
Tuesday.
Remember 2030, we will know it is designated that people will not necessarily want to marry another human. They're going to want to marry a robot. And this is not me making it up. This is the projection of the statistics that is coming out for relationship, because you will get somebody who actually listens to you. Or in this sense, sorry, Denise.
You're tuned into the Breakfast Hour, and it's all about finance this Tuesday. It's not all about other stuff. And today, our financial advisor brought the first in the series about investment. So, if you're thinking about how to invest your money, and it doesn't have to be that you have $1 million, this is the place you can go back and listen to, and we will be sharing the content with you over the next 6 weeks. Now, today is also celebrated as International Mario Day.
I have a friend called Mario. I think
I
it
have
is.
a friend called
I think
Mario
it's his day
too.
today. I think it's Mario's day today.
It's
Mario,
Mario
the after
Day.
dark man, after dark Mario.
All right, so let's share this. Let's share this. Let's share
All
this
right,
one.
let's get it in there.
Let's share this one.
To March 10th on the National Day calendar. If your name is Mario, get ready to kick up your feet. This day has your name all over it. But just a heads up, the one we are celebrating has a brother named Luigi, and he has earned the day off for all his heroic feats. Jumping over barrels, stomping on killer turtles, racing go-karts over rainbow highways, there's not much this brave little plumber hasn't done. Since his first appearance in Donkey Kong way back in 1981, Mario has become the most popular character in video game history. Today celebrates anyone named Mario, but this video game icon is the most famous of the bunch. On National Mario Day, dust off an old copy of Super Mario Bros. And spend a few hours saving the world from Bowser and his evil Koopa Troopers. I'm Marlo Anderson with the National Day Calendar. See you again tomorrow as we celebrate every day.
Mario!
International Mario Day. So if you have a friend named Mario,
listen,
shout out to all the Marios.
Yeah, Mario. Yeah, Mario is my friend. So, yeah, listen, we used to skull school. We used to skull school to go play Donkey Kong, Pac-Man, Space Invasion, you know, that kind of thing. We never went to school. We went to the game shop, was where every youngster would have been. Can you imagine if we had smartphones in those days, what we would be doing? I think the same thing these guys are doing. We have seen also, Lady Elise.
Yes, so happy International Mario Day. Shout out to Mario, a member of our Flashpoint team, the man behind Conversations After Dark. And this week is going to be keeping it warm. We are celebrating the women, but how far is too far?
You know, I have a few videos. I think we need to do this Mario After Dark. The After Dark. This After Dark on Wednesday at 10 o'clock. It's 10 p.m. guys. If you're tuning into that show, it's 10 p.m. in the night. And it's on radio at flashpointmedia.ky. It's at our web radio, right? And so if you're tuning in for that show, I think we should go on TikTok with it or one of those platforms. I think we should leak it. I think we should leak the scoop. I think we should leak the scoop on one of those platforms on Wednesday night and have a live show where we are actually discussing this topic. And I have a few videos I'd like to share with the audience at that time. I tell you, it is something. I mean, I'm a guest on the show at some point.
Let's do a promo for this specific one and share it and get persons to say what are their thoughts on this conversation. So it's time for us to get out of studio,
yes,
Mikey G. It has been an absolutely wonderful morning we have had so far. Continue to stick and stay with us. www.flashpointmedia.ky. A vast amount of programs come on right here. Something for everyone, for the entire family. Of course, the Toastmasters, they speak this afternoon at 5:30 live here on our web radio. And coming shortly after that is Just Before You Got Your Bed with Connie J.
Talking a little bit more about the sexual approaches of people to each other. I understand.
So until next time, you know, I'm ready. I'm just saying before Mikey G does anything else.
I'm done. I'm finished. I'm not saying anything more. I'm done with the AI ideas and all of it. I'm saying I looked at the thing this week and I see that Instagram has now installed a new feature that is teen protected, where teens cannot be contacted by persons who they do not know. Guess what the teens are going to do? They're going to come off Instagram and find a different platform. Alright guys, have a good morning. It's too safe.
Have mercy. Mercy, mercy, mercy.
Alright guys, have yourself a beautiful one. It has been a beautiful morning here. We had fun with you. Catch us tomorrow morning, same time. It's Wellness Wednesday with a difference. Dr. K will be here tomorrow morning talking about our health and some of the benefits of keeping our health in check. Getting some regular checkups and ensure that you get your blood work done, that you can decide if you have any form of anything at all. And don't go around kissing everybody you see, because you can get all kind of things, because too much things floating around. And don't touch everybody, because just touching them can cause all kind of things. And if you sneeze, run away, boy. Anyways, tomorrow morning guys, come on, check out the breakfast hour tomorrow morning. It's gonna be fun, of course, listening to how sick you can get.
And listen, I'll have a riddle for you tomorrow morning. I have several things that I have
Riddle me this.
planned.
Riddle me that.
You know, Mikey G, you know, one of the highlights of the weekend, which we can probably share tomorrow, is of course the conversation with the light of the night walk. Of course, the Flashpoint team. We were there.
All right, so tomorrow we can definitely
We
do
were
that. We
there.
can share that one tomorrow, and of course, give the people some highlights of what happened on that evening. Cancer awareness, breast cancer awareness for persons, and not only women can have breast cancer, guys. We understand also that men can have breast cancer. I don't know how we have breast cancer because we don't have breasts, we have chest, and so that's the thing. Anyways, I'm just saying. Alright.
Until next time. Yes, I want to say have a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday to our viewers tuned in all over the globe. US, Canada, UK, wherever you are. Have yourself a wonderful day. Stay connected with us. Send us a message 345-321-6969. Let us know what's happening in your neck of the woods.
You know, I'm wondering if it's those guys who exercise away their breasts to get a chest. I wonder if it's those guys they're talking about. I'm thinking about it. Anyways, guys, thank you. Have a good morning. See you tomorrow morning. Still thinking about it.
It's like we're running in circles, going around every day, getting stuck in the hurdles of yesterday. Don't you wanna go further away from the fray? Let's not get stuck in our worries. We'll make our own way. Won't you come outside where the sunflowers bloom? Breathe in the air, look up to the moon. I'll meet you outside, away from the crowd. Just you and me together, we'll all sing better outside. Just us in the sky. I will go wherever, I'll be yours forever.
Have yourself a Flashpoint day. Start your breakfast the Flashpoint way and cruise through lunch and then to dinner. With Flashpoint Radio. Flashpoint Radio is a class. Flashpoint Radio for gospel, inspiration, motivation, and meditation. Anywhere you go, take Flashpoint with you. Flashpoint Radio in a class by itself.